Alright, we're going to be watching Zeke, who is playing Ashe, Echo, Hanzo. Actually, it's going to be the order is going to be Echo, Hanzo, Ashe. On Hollywood, this is Masters 2, and I'm almost positive this is PC based on the aim. I feel like I didn't play great in first round, but in second round I was getting a decent amount of value in Ashe, but we still lost. Can someone please tell me how I can improve my game so I can get value more consistently? Thank you in advance for your time. Okay, so I've done a pre-watch of this whole game. It's actually kind of a treat to watch. I think I don't typically get that many like near GM level games on DPS on PC, and so I think that for some people who are really just not aware, I think that this is actually a really good game to showcase a lot of the mechanical skill required to get to GM. Because I think that this player Zeke, I know it's kind of weird because I'm like talking to you and also talking to other people who are watching this. I think that Zeke actually plays really, really well from a mechanical perspective for the most part of the game. So what's interesting is, in my experience, you get to masters because you're either great mechanically, like basically GM level mechanically, or you have good mechanics and great game sense, right? In terms of your decision making, ult economy, right? When, where to fight, position, space control, etc., etc. You get to GM when you can do both of these things really well. And obviously, depending in the past, you could have potentially gotten to GM, etc. In Overwatch 1. I don't know what period it is or whatever it ends up being, but what I feel here is your mechanics are less of your issue than your decision making, right? And there's gonna be a lot of different times where I'm like, I have no idea why you did this, or like I understand, but like this is a really bad idea here. So I think that it's probably your mechanics that have carried you for the most part, and then it's your decision making that are letting you down. I also challenge the idea that you got a decent amount of value on Ashe. I think that your problem, you actually got way more value on Hanzo. I think Hanzo seems like your best hero by far. And granted, like there's some volatility of Hanzo, like if you're hitting arrows or not. But I would say Hanzo seems like your best hero, followed by Ashe, followed by Echo, based on the sample size that I saw. But we're gonna go over this and we're gonna see. But I think the primary thing to note here is I'm mainly gonna be talking about your decision making, in particular when you ulti and the fights that you decide to challenge, right? In particular against the Widow, as being like the big reasons why you end up losing this game. All right, so we're gonna come out. It's pretty normal. I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit. All right, so you're gonna jump over the top. You're up here, looking for stickies, right? You decide not to go for it. You go for the Mei, kind of miss it. I don't think Mei is a great target, right? Because Mei can block even if you do land it. You really want to land it on like BAP or Cassidy to try to force out Lamp here. I also think that if you're this far over, you might as well land high ground, right? Just land over here. I don't know why they don't break the fence. It's pretty rare. But like land high ground over here, and then take your Mercy Pocket with you, and then hold the space. Because if you're standing here, the Rhine needs to go back, right? As soon as you're standing at the Rhine, Mei both need to go back, and then your Sigma can get in past this corner and start contesting the next corner. So I don't think that you do nearly enough of that, and you're too focused on like trying to get your kills versus space control. Again, if you're standing here, the only thing they can send up to you right now is Baptiste, who obviously is not going to beat you when you're Mercy Pocketed, right? Like as soon as you stand here, you've progressed your team in one corner. And Masters level, right? And really, we should talk about GM level because you're like so close to GM, right? You're two rank ups away from GM. So at the GM level, you have to understand that it's just not always about kills. Okay, space control as DPS is something that I think most DPS don't even think about until they get to like Masters. Because you got to Masters by killing everyone that you ran into because you're just mechanically good and your mechanics are good, etc., right? Your aim is good. But once you hit Masters, like you run into a lot of other people who also have really excellent aim, and how do you beat them is that you play smarter than them, and that's the piece that's missing. If I'm the Sigma here, I can't get into this corner because the Rhine is holding a tight corner with the Mei. Okay? If I try to step up here, the Mei's going to wall me off and the Rhine's going to charge me. That's why your Sigma's playing so slow. If you just stood here and spammed the Rhine, right? Sticky him, whatever, just regular try-shot him, he's going to have to walk back. I guarantee you the Rhine is not going to stand here and just hold the shield at you like this. Like, it's not possible. He's going to go back and give up that corner, which immediately lets your Sigma in, which allows your Sigma to create a lot more pressure for you. Instead, you're back here. You mess up this flight, which is bad. You go for that Echo, Sticky rather, that does not look like it's going to work, right? The Cassie's already going to the right. He didn't even see you initially. And then your stickies are all really, really short. I think that's just bad mechanically. And this is one of the reasons why I think Echo is your worst one. Echo looks like the least comfortable hero that you have. And I'd be wrong, right? Maybe in terms of hours, like Echo is your most. But in terms of when I look at the mechanics, you miss a lot of attacks. So, and again, I think that I would have liked to have had you end on high ground. Obviously, you messed up the flight. But I would have, if you're going to get all the way here, I would have preferred that you landed on high ground to help control that space. So, Sigma's going to be coming in right now. You're going to hit this top again. You see Ashe is correctly standing here, right? You see, as soon as she stands here, she's going to force that Rhine back, right? Like, that's what you should have done, but like 30 seconds earlier. And time is so important, right? Everything in Overwatch at the end of the day, if you can't outfrag the team, it's all about time, right? Play the big picture game when you start getting to this level. It's not just about kills, it's about understanding the larger picture. The sooner that you can get your Sigma to this corner, the sooner you will win the fight. Because they cannot survive if Sigma is standing here. There's no cover on the point, right? The Sigma's going to spam them all down, and either they're going to commit in, which gives you opportunities to get kills, or they're going to fall apart and die, right? That's why it's so important to get your Sigma in, is to help accelerate the fight so you can conclusively end this one way or the other. So you're going to fly up here. Again, like spamming the Rhine does not feel like the right thing to be doing right now. I think stickies would have been okay, but otherwise I think you need to put pressure on the Cassie. If the Cassie's staring at you, I think you have to challenge this. Right? At this level, the Cassie's going to hit these shots. I think you should have challenged the Cassie to force him back. He doesn't have a pocket, unlike you, right? At least not at that moment. So forcing him back is good. I do not think you should be playing this close angle, or you lose your mercy here as well. I think playing this close angle was a mistake, but hit Baptiste with a sticky. For some reason, you back up right now, even though he very obviously is not going to back up, right? Like, you could already see him going to the right. Why are you walking backwards here and breaking LOS? This is an easy follow, right? Attack, and then blow up lamp, and then beam down or whatever you end up needing to do, right? I think chasing into this hallway, super dangerous, right? Also, right here, you could have beamed both the lamp and the Baptiste down in one beam. It's another mechanical issue. Again, this is why I feel like you're worse at Echo. Like, I feel like if you're a better Echo, you would recognize these opportunities. Target Mercy here, which is great. Great shot on the Mercy. I would have gone for those stickies. As soon as he landed on a roof, go for the stickies. Right? This is an easy shot right here. This only way that he can go right now is to, wow, what the heck, is to slide down this way. Right? This is easy sticky, and you already forced lamp out. That's an easy kill. In fact, you don't even need stickies here. You could just beam here to kill him. Right? Right now, right there, like, I don't know why you're breaking LOS because Cassie's not looking at you. Just stay here. You're being mercy pocketed. Be more aggressive with the mercy pocket, right? Just use beam. Kill him. He's dead. He's dead right now. Right? He's dead. Sticky the Cassidy. Fight's over. Right? Then you just hold the high ground over the other three and just spam them, and eventually you win. I think you need to be very careful about this. Like, now the rest of your team is dead, this is not the time you want to be challenging. Just chill, right? Just chill. Reload. Flying over top. I don't think you want to peek right now without stickies. Right? Everyone's kind of poking you. It's fine. They kill your mercy. At this point, you need to just fly and get out. Or do this. Like, this is also good. Yeah. Because you forced out block. Right? Do this. Right? Great. May's definitely making a mistake here. Ryan, also, whole team, frankly, made a mistake not saving the May there. Try to sticky to get the mercy. Understandable. That's fine. Right? Rotate top. So, I don't think you should rotate top until his stickies are up. It's very, very important. Because when you fly, you have a burst of what's like basically invulnerability, right? Not literal invulnerability, but they're clearly not expecting you to come up. That's the moment where you need to land stickies. Coming up here with 2 seconds to go on stickies means that you have to drop right away. You see how it's wasted? Versus if you went up immediately, landed even half the stickies, I guarantee you the Cassidy would have left high ground right away. Okay? Don't be on the losing side of those kinds of trades, where you go up to contest somebody and they force you to go back down. That's a testament to the fact that you don't know what you're doing, right? And like typically you want to set up situations so that you force them to back up, not vice versa. Very, very important. And in pop, you keep slamming into this over and over again, by the way. It's like it's a mechanical thing. I would be very careful about this, unless you heard the Cassidy shoot. Have you heard the Cassidy shoot? I think you heard the Cassidy shoot. But good. You're gonna copy May. I don't know that you necessarily want to drop low ground here. You have great angles here, right? Great angles here. I mean, like, what's gonna change if you drop to the ground? The Rhine's just gonna shield you off. That's what I would do if I was the Rhine. You should have stayed high ground right now and just kept shooting them. Also, because you're taking pressure from left, right? You could have come here and helped. You could have walled off the Cassidy, gotten a kill there. I don't know why you're dropping on low ground to contest when you had high ground control. And this goes back into, like, what are you doing? Right? Like, this is high masters. Like, what are you doing dropping off high ground here where you could have just shot everyone in the head from high ground and or walled off the Cassidy here and killed him? I don't understand why you would drop here, other than, like, you feel like, oh, I need to, like, hurry and speed this fight up, but like, why? You have plenty of time on copy. Plenty of time on copy. Right? So much time. 15 seconds is an eternity in Overwatch. So much time here. Just right-click the May down at a minimum, right? Right-click the May, right-click the Rhine, right? Lots of people. If the Rhine goes back, great. Like, you could have walled off the Rhine, for example. Like, right here, you could have walled off the Rhine. Right, he's really extended. Wall him off. Just keep right-clicking him. Right, your team pushes into him. Break his shield. You can right-click the May or somebody while it's happening. You'll farm ulti there. No question. You're gonna farm ulti there. Anyway, you guys double May ulti each other. I don't know why you shoot the May first. Right, she's still in block when you come out of this. You should have shot the Rhine, but you get popped out of it. You go for stickies now, which I think is good that you held stickies there. Great kill on the Cassidy. You kill Amp. I want you to aggress, right? I want you to aggress to here. This is the spot for you now, right? I don't know why you're low ground. So this aim is unacceptable. This is probably the only time in the game where I'm like, I have no idea what the heck you're doing. And like, granted, I know it's not easy, but like at high master / GM, this is not something that you can miss every shot about. All right, you get her low. I don't know why you're not beaming the Cassidy here even after regen burst. Like this is still gonna blow him up. See, like you still would have killed him, right? Even after regen burst, that would have killed him for sure. See, and now you're in this situation, and now you're in really bad shape. And you have no flight, you have no stickies. All right, now you finally get flight, and then you're gonna die. So, in overall, your echo play is just not very clean. There's a lot of opportunities where you're being forced back. You're not forcing their tank / team back fast enough, and you're not converting enough kills. Lucky to land that sticky. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I think that you could have evaded this by simply going to the left of the sign versus going straight up. But whatever. The grand scheme of things is not a big deal. So windows up. This is great shooting. I think it's really poor play on the Mercy side, but it's really good shooting by you. She easily should have got away from that. But again, another situation where I'm like really hoping, like as a tank, I want you to take this high ground. I understand that you feel like not quite safe right now with Cassidy, but you heard Bob go in too. So this is a really good time to fly through. But it's not the worst thing that you didn't do that. I think the previous times was more egregious. So you're going to fly up here. You're going to whiff these stickies. Understandable, I think. It's not great that you whiff the whole thing, but understandable. One thing to think about is, do I even need to get the full burst? If I don't need to get the full burst, try wiggling your mouse both ways to make sure that at least some of them land. Because even landing even like a quarter of them is enough to force out regen burst, for example, or lamp. So, something to think about. May ulti's up. So, go in here. It's good stickies on the Rhine. And then you guys are going to cap this. Okay. So, first point's taken care of. Spamming. Alright, just chilling here. You do have Echo ulti right now. You're waiting for a Mercy Pocket. Great. So, you're engaging right now, but like just keep in mind that you only have 3 people here. Right? And your Rhine's not going to be able to do anything right now. So this is effectively a 2-on-5 where they're all set up high. You go for these stickies. Rhine's up. You try to follow him in. You copy the Cassidy here, which I think was a huge mistake. What the heck is Cassidy going to do right now? You get instantly, like, popped out of clone, right? I feel like, especially switch to Hanzo, I feel like you're probably like, I don't really want to play Echo on this point, which is like, I understand, but I don't think you should waste the ulti like this. I think there is a world where you could have gotten way more value out of this ultimate, rather than just dying right away. You know, I think if anything, like if I fly up and I see all 4 people looking, I just go back down. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, why is my ride even going right now? This just doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no reason for anybody to be any of the things right now. This is a huge mistake on both of you to like force out copy here. I also think that copying Rhine, like if this had to run over again and like the Rhine actually had more backup, I think copying Rhine here, one swing through will probably give you copy right away, and then you can immediately shatter, which would be huge. All right, you're gonna come out as Hanzo. You're gonna pop off as Hanzo though. So, killing Cassidy. They're trying to do a little spawn camping. Alright, you're playing back right now. Mercy's with you. Great. That's pretty regular. Don't make me look bad. You're going to pop off. There you go. You kill the Mercy. Alright, you're going to line of sight window a little bit. They throw May ulti, right? You're going to kill the Baptiste, so now they're down 2 supports. Remember that. They're down 2 supports. You killed both of them. So let's think for a second. They have no supports, and this is the longest spawn on this map, right? Their spawn is all the way over here. And I know you know where the spawn is. I'm just doing this for emphasis. Their spawn is so far away. You have a low health Rhine, okay? And a half health May here who's blocked on point. Why are you ulting? Right? Like, what the heck is you thinking right here? This is crazy, right? This is a 5-on-3 situation with short spawn. They have no supports and the tanks are already half health. right? And the Mei already used her primary defensive ability out. Why are you ulting? This fight's won. It's over. Save the ulti. Right? This is very sloppy. Very, very sloppy. This is like diamond level decision making right here. Like, you're ulting because you understand the ulti will hit a bunch of people and get kills. Not, is this ulti actually needed to win this match? Or win this fight? You fall and try to get the kill on the Cassidy, which is the right call. Right, can't quite get it. That's fine. So, one thing is, I really want you to take high ground by now. It's weird to be telling a Masters player this, but, like, take high ground. Like, stop shooting the Rein shield. Get on high ground, right? Shoot this Cassidy, right? Shoot this Bercy. Shoot this Baptiste. Shoot the Mei. Anything that's not shooting the Rein, please. Every shot you fire is a chance of getting a headshot, right? Every shot you fire is a chance of getting a headshot. All right, great. See, you go high ground, you kill the Cassidy. Great, you kill the Mercy. All right, so that's 2 kills right there, but they rezzed 1, so you're up 1 right now. Unfortunate. I mean, there's not a lot that you can do there. I think that's fine. Honestly, grand scheme of things, like, I could talk about, like, oh, were you tracking high noon? Like, could you think of that? Yeah, I think that's really like a mid to high GM level play. I'm not worried about that at your level. I think that's like unfair to expect that you would have thought of that in that moment. Headshot. Yeah, see, like, popping off. So, gonna get kills. You're gonna play Jail here, which is great. I think Jail's playing a little close for my taste against a Cassidy because he could come out of this door and sticky you, but it's okay. You're also being pocketed, so you're safer than you would usually. Oh, for the record, let's actually roll back and see whether or not that missed dragon or the wasted dragon would have made a difference. So you're gonna kill this right here. Yeah, I mean, I think it's reasonable to believe that if you had dragon right now and you dragon this angle, yeah. That could be huge. Oh, actually, did you actually kill them? The Mercy, or did you kill Lamp? Oh, you killed the Lamp. Okay, not the Mercy. But either way, you forced the Lamp out just to make sure that this happened. But yeah, I think dragoning there might have won you this fight. Right? At the minimum, it would have forced him off high ground. He wouldn't have been able to high noon you. So I think it's... I think that ulti very possibly cost you about 60 seconds. Alright. Ren's gonna come out, dead. You've already capped it, so who cares? You're in chase down mode. Aim's starting to get a little weaker now. Alright, Mercy's dead. You get the headshot, but Cassidy has damage reduction now. You ulti here. I don't love this ulti because I think the odds of this ulti killing somebody is very, very low. And I get that Dragon's not the greatest ulti, but I think that if you just wait, I think you'll get a much better opportunity. Quite possibly with something like May Blizzard too, right? Once the card gets here, you're basically in one fight territory anyway. So I think wasting Dragon here is not a good call. It's not nearly as bad as that previous Dragon where I'm like, what the hell are you doing? But it's not a great ulti either. I think that if you look at this lamp, I think you have to realize this lamp is not going to help anybody and ignore it and just keep shooting them. Right? That Mei's not going to walk forwards and use that lamp to pull herself out of position just to have a lamp available. Alright, Mei ultis. It's a bad ulti. Good headshot on something. It's a good job. I think breaking the wall right away was a good idea. You've lost your Mei, so it's 4 and 5 situation. Dragon goes off, or Shatter goes off. Shatter's missed. See? Like, all this time right here, such a better opportunity for Dragon. Like, right here, you Dragon this way, everyone dies. Like, that's a quality Dragon right now where they're engaged, right? When the tanks are right next to you, especially against Ryan, like, if you Dragon at a point blank, where's he gonna go? So, just being better about the ultimates is big. This aim was really far off, but I think you're just trying to kill yourself, which is why I feel like you just kind of gave up on your aim, and I understand I do that too. If you were trying to actually hit him, then that sucks. So you're going to flank right here. You do some big shots. I think in this situation, I want you to be aiming higher to go for the headshots. Right. Hitting the headshot there on the lamp. You're struggling to climb the wall. Again, I think that's kind of understandable. This dragon, again, is another one that's like completely wasted. Like, I feel like you're like, oh, there's an ulti going off, I have no idea what's happening, let me just throw dragon. Don't, right? If you don't know for sure it's going to be valuable, don't do it. And I know it's overtime and you're like scared, but it's not the right call, right? You had no information as to what the heck was happening there. Yeah, I would be very careful. You are so lucky this Baptiste does not kill you. Right? This res goes off, 108. You get one shot here, and then you need to leave. Right? Instead, you give him 2 shots at you. See, because you're too far forward, you should have stepped back slightly and been ready to drop off right away. And or use dash. You're so lucky that he misses every bullet after the first burst. Alright, you're going to flank to the left here, and then your Ryan is going to C9. Hit the Bastion. This is fine, right? You kill the Bastion. And then your Ryan just kind of walks off. This is not on you. I would never, if my Ryan alive, I would never in a million years expect you to be the one to touch the cart. I think this is, and also a May. Definitely, I think that you were fine here. This is not your fault. Alright, so let's look at Ashe. So, I think you play up here, maybe to farm ult charge. Yeah, you're trying to farm ult charge. So from here, I want you to rotate to, what do people call this? It's just top. I'm sure there's some actual like pro name for whatever the heck this is. But all right, I want you to rotate top, right, and then go to cafe after that. Playing low ground is not a good idea. But once you know there's a Widow, you do need to play differently, which I think you're aware of now, actually. Maybe you actually were a Widow from the very beginning. Probably, is my guess. If you're not aware of it then, you definitely are aware now. So, you know the Widows here? For the record, let's think a little bit about the Ashe versus Widow matchup. Like, yes, you know, you can both one-tap each other when you're being damage boosted, but like, you might not be damage boosted all the time. I would be very nervous. Like, I don't want to win or lose based on who can click each other's head fastest. I want to be smarter than the opposing Widow, not rely on her to miss shots. And a big part of your play here is just going to rely on her to miss shots. So Widow's here. This is a great example of where I don't think, like, you get one peek here, a shot, then you hide. Right? The second shot I think was okay. Now you need to just bail. Right? I think changing this angle, this is great. This is a shot I expect you to hit. You miss one, you miss two, and then you hit the third one. That's unacceptable. Right? Against the Widow who's not dodging you and is just scoped, like hard scoped like that, can't miss that. Right? Sombra's low here. 1, 2, for the record, you could have unscoped and just fired really quickly right now and killed her with 3 bullets, but it's good. Detonate, reloading, and then you're gonna get killed by the Ana here. Now, why do you get killed by the Ana here? So watch how you are gonna kill the Kiriko with the dynamite, and then you get bloodthirsty. You get hit with purple. You're at 140, so your Mercy can't help you right now. Despite that, you're 2 tappable right now. You go up, you eat that first one, and then you scope, and you're like, oh shoot, and you die. Just be patient here. Just wait out the purple. Like, what, the Ryan can't do anything. Like, you sit here, right? Crouch if you need to. Wait for purple, get healed 200, re-challenge the Ana, fights one. Literally, where's the Ana gonna go? There's no way that she can win this fight unless you peek her right now. That is the only scenario. That's the only win condition is and that's why she's scoping there, right? The only situation where she can win here is if you peek her right away while purple, and then she 2-taps you. Otherwise, you're like 95% plus favor to win that fight. Okay? You got way too bloodthirsty trying to like, oh, you're like, okay, yeah, I killed the Widow, I killed the Kiriko, right? Now I want to kill the Ana, like, but no. Even then, doesn't matter what happened before, right? Just chill for 2 seconds, let purple expire, get healed, then challenge and kill the Ana. So, you get rezzed here, you're gonna get so many rezzes. Right? Kill the Ana, great. So you should recognize DPS are coming back soon, but you get the kill, right? You look for the Widow, which is correct. Right, you pop dynamite. I would be careful about going to the left door because honestly, if I was Widow, I would also think you were going to do this and I would scope this door. So you hear the Kiriko there. She's going to get healed. Yeah, just leave. Just leave. Okay, just play. Let your team figure out where the Widow is and then play from an unexpected angle. All right. So you're going to lose. You're going to lose your Risa here. Then you see Widow jumps in. And then you hard hold this line. Because you're trying to hit the Kiriko, and the Widow peeks you and kills. So I want you to see this from the Widow perspective. She jumps. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. right? You are hard scoped, holding the last spot that she saw you, right? And you shot first at not her. This is like the easiest kill of this Widow's life, right? At Masters, you're just feeding her your life. This cannot happen. Okay, cannot happen. And I think based on a lot of the other mechanics, I bet you actually play other competitive shooters is my guess. Like I bet you played like Valorant or CS or something like that. In CS, this would be unthinkable for you to do something like this. Like I can't imagine, like if I saw an Opper jump over, okay, on this corner, and then for me to be like holding the angle, okay, I sort of understand that, but to shoot first at someone else is just inviting death. This, at this level, cannot happen. And these little things are what's getting you killed because everyone's a good shot. Like, do not expect the other team to not be good shots. This isn't even a good shot. This is an okay shot. This is not challenging at all. And you're going to figure out, like, almost every single death, I think every single death you have from the Widow, you die while you're scoped, which means that you chose to take that fight and lost it. All right? If you die while scoped, like, if you're running around dodging whatever she kills you, so be it. Like, there's only so much you can do about that, right? But if you're scoped, that means you're trying to take the fight to her and you lost. And that is why you're going to lose this game. It's because of stuff like this. All you do is chill, right? Chill. Retreat. Be like, okay, look, they capped one tick. I don't have any teammates here. Just retreat, regroup with your team, and see if you can potentially recontest. If you can't recontest, fine, right? Play for next. You dying here is silly, in my opinion. Right? Because in fact, looking at your Winston here, yeah, no, your Winston can't really contest here. Yeah, I think you should have just set up. I mean, ultimately, I guess you actually get put in the same spot, but it just so happens in this scenario, your team did not have a chance to recontest. So, once again, you have not tracked the Widow. You don't seem to care about the Widow. You don't seem to be worried about the Widow. You, by the way, hear her, right? You hear Widow hacks, so she knows exactly where you are. So you should 15 seconds, right? 15 seconds on the clock, 4:59, go all the way down to 4:44 before you're going to do anything stupid like stand in the open. Okay? Widow knows exactly where you are, right? You're hard holding an angle. You are scoped in a very obvious spot with good LOS. You see her at the top of your screen, jump, and then you get killed. Can't happen. Can't happen. Can't happen. Super sloppy. At this level, super sloppy. Right? You want to get the GM, you can't let Masters Widows be like easily killing you and like feeding your life to them like this. Really sloppy. And now you're not there, so like Baptiste dies, right? Baptiste is dead, now there's no res because they res for you, so now your team is down one. So now it's super hard to win this fight. Like, you really need to pop off right now in order to have any chance. So you pop Bob here. I think this is a very ballsy move because you're currently playing 3 on 5, 3 and 4. I guess your May kills one. 3 on 4 right now. But I think this is actually does work out all right. Yeah, good snap kill. Right, Ryan's caught way out of position. I would have jumped. Yeah, I would have jumped a lot sooner. Like, you hear the May right now. I would have jumped right now and gone up, and then killed, and you would have been able to kill him. I think letting the Ryan escape here would be ridiculous, but he is going to escape, I believe. Yes. So again, think like where's the Widow, right? And only jiggle peek. Don't scope until you know where the Widow is, or you know you're at an angle where the Widow's not going to be peeking you. Like, this is an example of another really dangerous scope. Like, the Widow could have been standing right here, and then you're dead. The second you come around the corner, you're dead, right? Just jiggle peek it until you figure out where she is. I guess now you're the Winston, this is all right, but. And it's low. Good reactions to turn on the Sombra, right? Oh, you missed the dynamite. Again, don't chow. You are so lucky to not die here. So lucky to not die here. And this is what I'm talking about, is like you're not tracking where the Widow is at all, and then you challenge from the exact same spot. Same rules as it is for any other tactical shooter, right? The last place that they saw you, don't peek from there again if they can one-tap you, right? You are super lucky to not be dead here. One of the reasons I think that you play other tactical shooters is because of this move right here, where you're going to step back away from this, to effectively shoulder peeker, which is what makes me think that you play other shooters. This is another great example of like bad challenges. Like, just unscope here and just AD and just spam her out. You know, you don't have to make it so hard by scoping. Like, your scoping is so dangerous against her. I just don't agree with this at all. And then Sombra's gonna kill you. You definitely had time here to coach Gun away. Right, plenty of time here to coach Gun away. You just don't respect the Sombra at all. You can get res again. Kill the Ana. So, up here, you take high ground. Widow hacks her up. We just heard it. 15 seconds, right? 3:15. Sorry, 3:10 is going to be the next timer for you. So, I would be very careful. You know the Widows just respond, though, so you got a little bit of time. Right? You force translocate. Right? You're backing up here, which I think is the right call. So, I would be careful. The Widow's still going to know where you are for another 5 seconds, I believe. Right, yeah, 5 seconds. So, you need to chill and not hard scope anything. Yeah, see? If you're not scoped, she doesn't kill you. It's only when you're scoping. You're up here. Yep, this is fine. Right, you're looking for her. Kier goes up there. Yep. So, again, like, you don't need to cross this bridge. I know you're tempted to, but I wouldn't cross the bridge right now until you know where the Widow is. Right? Because she could have caught you out here easily. I think you recognize this was a mistake and you got lucky that she missed. Like, again, at GM, people are going to miss this much. They really are not going to miss this much. So they're moving cart, which is okay. Weirdly enough, this is strangely okay. Because, and this is what I'm talking about in terms of game sense, you're in one fight position anyway. It doesn't matter whether or not you win the fight here or win the fight here. Because you guys push the payload all the way over here anyway. So it doesn't matter. This extra distance is entirely irrelevant. If you lose a fight here, it's not like you're going to be able to come back and contest it before it's on point. So whether or not it's here or whether or not it's right here does not matter. So don't feel any pressure to like drop off or do something silly. So you're looking for it. Great. This is going to be relevant for later, I believe, if I recall what happens in this video correctly. Ryan gives up, which is the right call. So you're looking for the Widow. Yep. See, this is what I want you to want to see more of, right? Where you don't scope and you look for the Widow doing this. Okay. Now she saw you up there. You switch to the right. This is perfect. Now you missed the shot here, right? Because you don't trust that you did it correctly. Because she's going to be looking where she saw you, right? Because she's expecting you because you've been doing this over and over again. You challenge from the exact same spot. You rotate to a different spot. She's not looking for it, and then you miss the shot, which is just, you know, aim mechanics problems. But that is what you should be doing more often. That is exactly what you should be doing, right? That's a textbook exactly how to play the Widow matchup, which is you find her without scoped, great. You rotate to a different angle, and then you kill her. You know, with the actual killing part. But other than that, like that gameplay, that is what you want to be doing for. And the reason why you kept dying earlier is because you weren't doing that. Tried to catch Sombra. Good, right? Miss her, but it's fine. Where did she actually go? So you see Widow here, and then this is your mistake, right? Widow has had enough time to come back. You're messing around here for too long. You get sloppy. Okay, you spend way too much time looking for the Sombra. And by the way, you're making sound too, which helps the Widow locate you. And then you chill here, you scope, you realize the Widow's seen you, and then you die. So, right, looking at it from the Widow's perspective. She's just coming out, right? She's chilling, looking the regular spot for you again. She sees you, bam. Right? Like this is just textbook Widow play. It's just sloppy on your part to not track when she comes back alive. And once you're dead, like the whole fight falls apart. Like these deaths are really costing your team. Alright, you're in bad shape. Can you switch spawns now when it gets capped? Isn't that a thing that they put in the patch? Yeah, I think you can switch the spawn. So you didn't need to do this walkout, but I mean, it's new, so you probably didn't think of that. So you see the translocate up, you're waiting for it. Yeah, I mean, I think you're fine. Oh, that's interesting. She eats a headshot. Yeah, everybody's trying to challenge you. Okay, great. Yeah, great headshot on her. Excellent. You go forward. Oh, I think you hear the Widow. Is that what happens? I feel like you must hear the Widow in order to know that to scope this right away. She misses sleep. You hit the headshot. And this is just clean up. Alright, so they're coming out right now. So same deal as before, which is, hey, you know, is there a Widow? Okay, there's not a Widow anymore. There's Cassidy. Okay, I can play differently now, right? Now I can be more aggressive. I can challenge this. Great, that's fine. Right? Because they've also swapped, or your team swapped to Winston, is what's forcing her off Widow at this point because of how close everything is. You get slept. No big deal. Oh, actually, wait, we want to talk about this. So, right here, you're going to be sending Bob out. So, this Bob is okay. I mean, I think it's fine. I mean, it gets hacked right away, but I think that's about the most value you can get from it. Yeah, I think this Bob was good. I don't have objections to this Bob. You can come back high ground. You took way too many risks staying this far out. This is too far away from the door. I think it looks like you're trying to move back, but you lost track of where you were. But you should have died for that. So this is exactly what I'm talking about, where what you're doing to this Ana is what the Widow is doing to you, or has been doing to you. Ana sees you scoping, and then decides, that's not a problem. I'm just gonna hard scope this, and then you come out and kill her. You know, like that's what you can't do. Like, I'm sure when you killed the Ana, you're like, what the hell is this Ana doing? Like, why is she doing this? Like, this is insane. That's exactly what you can't do against Widows, right? Remember how easily you killed this Ana and be like, you are that person against the opposing Widow. And if you died even one fewer time this game, it could have resulted in you winning the game. So from here, Kitsune's popped. I wanted actually your Dynamite's coming up in a second, so you don't have it quite yet. So forget that. So you have Dynamite right now, looking for it. Cassidy, you miss it. Unfortunate. You really needed that one. But you're going to kill Cassidy anyway because he's a fool. Alright, you see Kiriko, you want her. You miss it. Winston wants her too. Right, yep. Oh, just finished the... I know he gets low and you're like, oh, like, I'm not going to bother shooting him because he's going to die anyway. You never know, right? Like, have you been trying to Swift Step in Suzu? Or, like, maybe they break the wall. It's possible. I would just shoot him to confirm. I think that better safe than sorry. Got 60 seconds. You're probably feeling kind of good about yourself, thinking, okay, we're doing well here. So High Noon's popped. You throw Dynamite. This was quite dangerous. Actually, no, you're actually good. Doesn't have LS. So you flip to push the Somber back. Great. Great. Yep, you did a really good job here, understanding where your Winston went, and then following to get the kill with the Winston was really, really... I think that's that's one of the best plays that you made this game. Right. Kiriko's low. She cleanses it. All right. So, remember how I said you're in one fight territory? On the previous point. This is where it becomes relevant. Not on this point, but this point. This is also one fight territory. Whether or not the cart stops here or the cart stops here, it does not matter, because no matter what, you're only going to get one fight here. Okay? If your whole team wipes right now, they're going to run this all the way through. There's no way you're going to be able to contest this. So, you have time. Really, really important. You have time. You have time. You have time. You can let this cart run all the way out to here before you contest. Right? You're thinking, I need to use Bob to contest this, but your Bob comes out too early. So what they do is they just zone it and they shield it, and no one can take advantage of this because they're not alive yet. Right? You should have just done this instead, which is come out here, right? Be like, the run's not going to chase you. That's fine. Right? You have Coach Gun. Just like reload, right? Or shoot him, right? Your Ana's behind right now too. Like, she's got a purple right now. You could just shoot. You could just shoot here. You know? Like this, like with your Ana there, you're firing from both sides. They can't cover both sides. Right? And you could easily have killed the Kiriko right now instead of running back to go grab the Mega. Like, I know the Kiriko is like some danger to you, but like considering the position, I think you gotta take a little bit of a risk here and go for that fight. So I think this is going to be a game-losing mistake right now, not having Bob for the final push, right? And not peeking there to go kill the Kiriko. So you're short on the Dynamite. You've also lost track of the respawners. So Tracer's going to come up. You're super low. You already grabbed the Mega, so you have no chance at contesting this. So imagine instead, even if you decided not to retreat, right? Let's say you're playing all the way out here. Imagine that you send Bob in now. Okay? You send Bob in right now. He slams right into this wall, right? Ryan's shield's nearly broken. Both him and Kiriko are going to die here. Okay? Your pressure plus the Ana, right? Plus Mei coming out, much, much better than putting it right now, in my opinion. And maybe I'm wrong about this, but that's my take here, is that I don't think that was the right call. And that's going to be extremely problematic for you. Or, alternatively, you coming back right now as Ashe, right? And throwing Bob. There's only two people here, right? Throw Bob here. What are they going to do? Fight's over, right? You throw Bob to the left, you Dynamite to the right, and they die. That's it. That's the game. You're gonna play as Tracer, but like it's 4-on-1. You get the Winston here. Maybe it's possible. I mean, we know it's not possible. Oh, the ball's here. Once the ball's here, it's over. Yeah, you have no chance at this point. Okay, so summary. Number 1 is taking more space as DPS. Very important, right? Number 1 is taking more space as DPS. As we talked about on Echo in particular, just closing out angles and speeding the game up when you have the advantage. Number 2 is how to challenge Widow and how not to challenge Widow, and how you did a lot of the latter and not enough of the former. Because you're just too reliant on your good aim and their bad aim, which is not a winning strategy as you climb up the ranks, in my opinion, right? So that's a big one. And number 3 is ult timing / general ult usage. You had some real head-scratching ults, like your last one as Echo, multiple dragons, and then your Bob timings were good-intentioned, well-intentioned, but not actually happening at quite the right times when you needed them. When you need them most. But I think those are the biggest things. And I would also add, in a distant next place, is that I think your Echo mechanics just look worse than your other heroes. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Hopefully this is helpful.